it's me, Lindsay, again from EquipMeOT, here today to talk about installing a bidet on top of a raised toilet seat. Specifically, I'm going to be addressing a question I received in my comment section regarding a raised toilet seat installation that includes handrails. So I have to say, I really tried hard to use the toilet seat risers that have the existing handrails. So this one's by Nova, common one that has the add-on rails that just slide in like this. So it's all one piece, really neat, works really well. But I found, unfortunately, with the Neo or the Luxe Neo Bidet 120 that I used and installed, it didn't work. Unfortunately, with this style of bidet, the controller and the water input component rubs up against the side of the handrail, making installation really difficult, and I think it was a little risky for breaking off the actual threaded piece. So I would not recommend using that combination. So I did find a way, though, that we can install a raised toilet seat with handrails to give you that added height in addition to the use of your bidet. So in this video, I'm not going to demonstrate how to actually install the bidet. If you want to check that out, I have a video that you can click on and go ahead and watch that for all the details on how to install this particular bidet. If you need more information on any of the others, I also have links that I'll be posting throughout the video for the specifics on the handrail system as well as the raised toilet seat. This video is just going to go over how to install all those things together to hopefully solve your problem. So let's get started. The actual handrail system that I'm recommending, and the first piece that's going to get installed in this process, is a toilet safety rail. So this guy here is a pretty common piece of equipment that you'll find, not particularly expensive, sits around your toilet like this. This goes on first, okay? So it needs to line up over the holes. You're going to have to align this so it works in your space. Mine's already set up to do so. And then you're going to take your toilet seat riser without the handrails on it, and you can buy them without the handrail piece addition. I think they're a little cheaper actually. You can buy those already pre-established so you don't have to take the handrails off. We're going to set this on place, lining it up with the holes on the back. Lining it up on the front here. The next thing we're going to put in place is the actual bidet. So this bidet, again, is the Luxe Bidet Neo 120 style. I've had this bidet installed in my house for a while now. I actually really like it. So I would recommend it if you're considering a bidet. Okay, so I've got my bidet in place. I have to hold it because it's a little side heavy and it could tip. Now I've got to grab my toilet seat. This toilet seat is going to go over all of this. We're going to try to line up the holes. This is the hardware bolt that comes with the raised toilet seat. Fortunately, it will go all the way through all of this and go down underneath. See if I can get it in here on the first shot. I doubt it. Takes a little doing. Let's see if I'm lined up. It's kind of like a carnival game. There it goes. Okay. Let's see if I can get the next one in. Again, all right, that one went in easier. Okay, so now I've got this all in. I haven't tightened anything down yet. I don't recommend tightening it down right away. What you want to do now is make sure that you're all lined up. So I'm going to open this up here and make sure that my nozzle on the bidet, so there's a nozzle inside the bidet that if it doesn't have space to drop down, it will not function properly. So before I do any tightening down, I just got to make sure that there's enough room there. This toilet seat is not my favorite toilet seat for this issue because it has a lip on it. This concaved edge here pushes on this, so I have to shove the bidet all the way back. Highly recommend that you get a flat bottom toilet seat if you're working with a bidet. It is night and day different on how it works. This one is the one I happen to have for this purpose, but I don't recommend this style of toilet seat for it, so just a heads up. It will work for today though. All right, let's get this all lined up here. It's a little crooked. You want to keep the bidet nozzle centered. Okay, before we fasten anything down, I want to test it. My bucket here so I don't get sprayed in the face. We're going to test and make sure that the bidet nozzle is working, and it is. And it was able to come down and spray out. So that's a good test to make sure that when you fasten it all in place, it's actually going to function like you need it to. So let's close this again and go about tightening down our bolts. So just the wing nuts that it comes with. Okay, so I'm partially tightened down. I am not all the way tightened down. I'm going to continue to test this. I don't know if you can see this. I now have a gap at the front of my toilet seat. That is because of the extra height that the bidet produces. So I recommend these. They're just little rubber cleats that can be affixed to the bottom. They're sticky. And so you just slide those under to close that gap so that when you sit down, you don't snap your toilet seat. So with those in place, normally I peel and stick them in place. We're going to test the bidet again. We're good. Good water pressure too. Okay. All right, so those are in place. Now we can go about finishing off tightening these down. This is where a screwdriver comes in handy. Those wing nuts are hard to reach. Okay. All right, so there you have it. We're fully assembled here. We're nice and sturdy. I've got all of the components together. And the good news is, because we didn't have that rail pushing on this, the bidet itself is safe. If you had had the other rails, that pressure you apply could, like I said, snap off that little part. That would be bad. So this combination, I think, is going to be your best bet for having the extra height, especially if you have a low toilet. If you have a higher toilet, just remember most of these risers give you an extra 4 inches of height. So if you're on the shorter side, you may not need all this height. But if you do, this is a fantastic option. So I hope this helped. If you got some value out of this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up. And as always, if you need more information on how to stay safe and independent in your home and out in the community, please consider subscribing to EquipMeOT. Thank you.